Greetings and welcome back to another video about a Mac Mini. This is the same Mac Mini from the last video, and today I've got some more specific, interesting things in store for it. Also, piece of news is I have a 2009 Mac Mini on the way. He had $100 plus $15 shipping on it for a complete in-box late 2009 Mac Mini with 160 gig hard drive, 4 gigs of RAM, and I think it was probably the base model processor, the 2.26 gigahertz. Had the restore discs and everything, even another power supply. And I offered him 85, and I was kind of like, well, if he takes it, I'll get it. If he doesn't, whatever, I won't. And within 20 minutes he took it, so I have that system on the way now. Pretty sweet. In the meantime, though, back to the 2007 one. Today we're going to try to run Tron 2.0 on some Mac Minis. This has Windows XP on it, of course. I installed it in the last video. On Windows XP, we'll of course run the original Windows version of the game. And if you look back here, the box says, maximize your performance with Pentium, or maximize your experience with Pentium 4. That's a lie. The Pentium 4 is an absolute piece of garbage. And then the actual system requirements say Pentium 3 or AMD Athlon, clocked at 500 megahertz, 256 megs of RAM, a 32 megabyte graphics card with hardware TNL. Is that Texel and lighting? I honestly don't remember. 32-bit color, DirectX 9 compatible. And it says that's basically GeForce 2 class. 2.4 gigs of free hard drive space, an 8-speed CD-ROM, 16-bit DirectX 9 compatible sound card, and it actually says you just need a 56K modem for regular multiplayer, but it only suggests 100 megabit Ethernet LAN for light cycle mode, which I think is kind of funny. Requires DirectX 9, as we've already established. Java compatible web browser. I don't even know why it says that, but it totally does. Basically, this is several years older than this computer. That does not mean it's going to run well. The Intel GMA 945 Express is not GeForce, well, maybe just barely GeForce 2 class. I honestly wouldn't be shocked if it were a hair worse. It's a terrible graphics chipset. We're about to find out how it works. In addition to that, we have the MacPlay Mac OS X version of this. This does not work on Intel Macs, period. I don't know what it is about it, but it just doesn't work. So this is actually for the G4 Mac Mini. And one interesting thing about these two versions of the game is, unlike some releases, these are net compatible with each other. So you can actually, as long as you install the patch on this one to bring it up to date with this one, you can play multiplayer between these. We're a step closer to the Mac Mini LAN party thing I mentioned the other day. So, system requirements for this say, macOS 10.2 Jaguar, 700 megahertz G4 CPU, 256 megs of RAM. It says 512 if you have an iMac. I really don't know why it says that. 2.5 gigs of hard drive space, 32 megabyte, GeForce 2 MX, so the graphics requirements are essentially the same. QuickTime 6.4, mouse and keyboard, just in case you're wondering if you needed a set of those to work your computer, and same network requirements listed before. It does, however, recommend a Radeon 9700 with 128 megabytes of video memory, or a GeForce 4 Ti. The G4 Mac Mini has a GeForce 9200, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it's going to perform super well, but the iMac G4 does have a GeForce 2 MX, which I think is worse, and that worked fine, so we're going to give it a shot. But we're going to start with the easier thing, which is likely the Windows version on the 07 Mac Mini. So, why don't we go ahead and get started with that. And turn the machine on. Windows should boot in not a whole bunch of time. The system's actually pretty fast at booting Windows. Significantly faster even than the MacBook, the 2007 MacBook I have, and of course significantly faster than the Mac Pro, because the Mac Pro has some weird firmware bug that causes Boot Camp to just take forever to load. This is a slow hard drive. I'm actually half tempted to replace this drive after a while. I know I already replaced it in the last video, but I actually did a whole bunch more computer work last night to shuffle around some hard drives in a lot of my old laptops to reclaim some of my nicer, bigger hard drives. So I now have a whole slew of 160 gig and possibly a couple 250 gig drives that I could use in this thing. I think I would stick with a 160 just to bring it up to par with the other two Mac Minis. I even have a couple of Apple branded ones, so might be worth looking into. Now we're at the Windows desktop. We're just gonna go ahead and put in disk 1. The disk looks straight up exactly like the disk weapon in the game. Drive likes CDs a lot better than it likes DVDs of any type. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and hit install. Alrighty. Enter my serial number. Oh no, I better not get my serial number blocked on GameSpy. There we go. This is a slow drive. Wow. I'm actually strangely shocked at the slowness here. Please insert Tron 2.0 Disk 2. Oh, brilliant. Remember these weird cases where they like open a third flap basically and then you get the second disc out? I hate them. I always feel like I'm going to break them. Oh. That sounds pretty. The whole system is moving. Like vibrating itself across the desk. Why is that happening? Is this that poorly balanced? Also, Windows Explorer has crashed. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh no. Whoa, what the heck? I never... Oh... Okay. That's fine. Oh, that noise is terrible. Man, it just won't stop. Maybe something's wrong with this disc. I don't know. I think something may actually be wrong with this disc. I'm not gonna lie. It's sticking on game2.res for a really long time, and the drive has slowed. Oh no, it went to 59%, and it's moving again. Dude, this is going to take forever with whatever the heck is happening here. Okay, you know what? No. No, we're not doing that. Hello? Okay. Hello? Oh my gosh, dude. Man, my mouse quit going. I think setup is not really. What? Dude, it thought the disc. Dude. Dude. Are you serious? There's not a spot on this disc. Okay, well, let's go ahead and put the first disc back in and see if it'll finish canceling at least. Well, it does actually seem to have deleted what it did, so. Okay. Here, let's go ahead and, I'm just gonna put disc 2 in again and see if it screws up the same way. Let's doing it again. Eject, please. That hurts my head. So, how about our weird external drive that saved us last time? What does it do with disk 2? Possibly nothing out of the ordinary? Okay. Let's give this a shot again with a disk in each drive. Oh, I get to type that in again. Yay! How long have we been going here? 17 minutes? Not terrible. I'm gonna have to wait on this again. If this fails, I have a backup plan, but it probably involves going downstairs and getting the hard drive that I originally copied this game's installation files onto, and I'm so tired, dude. I don't want to go back downstairs at this point. It's pretty unfortunate that this Mac Mini has such a screwed up optical drive. I mean, at least being an Intel model, there's really not a whole lot of issue with using an external one, but still, there's something really charming to me about a small form factor machine with a slot loading drive, and I don't know what it is. This is interesting. Struggled a little bit, but we'll see what it does. Oh wow, look, it's copying normally. I think. Yep, it totally is. Wow, did you know that Matsushita optical drives in old Macs are garbage? Oh, it's still doing the rattly thing though. Yeah, it's still moving around just like the whole computer was a minute ago. It's kind of funny. So yeah, nothing actually wrong with the disc. It's just a disc that's slightly off balance, as happens sometimes, and this drive inside of this Mac Mini's in bad enough shape that caused an issue, I guess. I actually really like the small footprint of this optical drive, because I don't have to have room to pull it open. Having a drive, like those slim type drives that sit directly on your desk, can get really annoying, because the tray doesn't clear anything that's on your desk. I have a really nice, fast external one, but it requires a power supply. That one doesn't have that issue, but again, requires a power supply, and that's inconvenient, so. The codec install program could not be executed. Okay, I've gotten this message the last several times I've installed this game. I actually don't know what causes this. I'm wondering if it's the version of Windows XP I use on these computers. I really have no idea. Alright. We are done. Now, I will just need to go get the patch files online. This game does have simple CD check DRM, I believe, when you launch it, but it's just a key. There's no data left on the disk, so we should have no trouble just using the patch that will remove the DRM. Let's see here. I don't remember if these links actually work. I think they do. Tron 2.0 unofficial patch version 1.042a. I think this is maybe a Google Drive link. It's taking its time. What the? I got disconnected from the Wi-Fi. No, I didn't. What? I'm really confused. Whatever. It's fine. We got the file. So it should be 46 megs. We're almost there. There we go. Next. Next. Accept. Install. This is actually compatible with the official update, by the way. The only differences are a couple of small fixes, and like to fix bugs and annoyances, and I believe it also increases the number of custom maps you can load. But anyway, let's launch the game. Let's see. We'll do high detail. If I remember correctly, the biggest performance hit is just the glow effect. So you can hit high detail and it'll optimize for having a fast CPU, and then you just go in there and pull down like a couple of the high-end graphics options and they're good. And we are stretching the image, of course, because Intel graphics. That's okay. Actually, there might be a way to fix that. Now that we're finished having a blast from the past with that. Oh yeah, my cursor's lagging. That's always a good sign. Now we'll go and, whoops, punch the resolution up to 1600 by 1200. Alright, that's the correct aspect ratio. Interesting. Now we gotta go down to performance. Special effects. I don't know. We'll see how bad it is. You can change the graphic settings in-game on this, so... If I have to, I'll pull down the resolution, but... Let's go ahead and, start a DMO3 game, because that is a map that I love to test on. Oh. You know, funny enough, this... Oh, I forgot this mouse is... I don't know what it is about the Lithtech engine, but it just hates modern computer mice. It's okay, we'll deal. I don't really need to be precise when I'm just testing, so... Okay, yeah, so this looks like... roughly 20 frames per second. Not terrible. Not terrible for a GMA chipset. Let's go ahead and kill the screen glow. Improved a little bit. I'm actually not sure how much that helps, though, oddly enough. That's usually the thing that helps. we're just gonna... Oh, oops. That didn't do a whole lot. There's something, bumping down texture resolution didn't even help very much. You know what? Honestly, the game's graphical quality doesn't really change all that much, so I'm just going to leave everything the lowest setting. And we'll deal with it. This is playable, though, at 1600 by 1200, though, which is essentially full HD, so... You know, this is, I would consider this acceptable. Like, you could play this. You could easily play this, for sure. Alright. That's a success story. And of course it started getting pretty toasty almost immediately. Oh. Windows Firewall, imagine that. Unblock. Alrighty. So why don't we move on to the next thing? Alrighty. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and swap out this Mac Mini for the G4. Power connection's actually pretty tight on this one. Okey-doke. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's pretty toasty. Alrighty. Here's the G4, which I now notice is significantly lighter, actually. Maybe I was wrong about having a beefier heatsink in there. Okey-doke. Finally, the power. Alrighty. Go ahead and power the thing on. If I remember correctly, it's actually, I think it's set to boot into Tiger right now, which is good, because I don't think this game works at all under Leopard. I think this completely breaks down under Leopard, if I remember correctly. There we go. We've got a boot screen. And hilariously, this has a 160 gig hard drive, while the 2007 Intel one has a 120 now. So, alright, yep, we are in. And here are the discs for the Mac Play version of Tron 2.0. As you can see, they're identical to each other and very similar to the Windows discs, except that they say Mac Play at the top. Now, the Windows discs, on the other hand, while yes, they do have a very similar design to the Mac Play discs, they're actually inverted from each other, which I think is kind of a neat little touch to the design there. It's kind of cool. So I don't know how well you can see that, but yeah. Okie doke. So let's go ahead and insert disc 1 into our G4. And this drive works great. Yep. Okie doke. Alright. Here's our setup window. Mac setups love to do this because Macs don't have auto run really, so you just have background on it. Also, before we start, we'll go to About This Mac. As you can probably see, at least I hope, we got a 1.5 GHz PowerPC G4. This is the 7470 or something like that. It's like the last revision of the PowerPC G4. We have 1 gig of DDR1. We're looking here. Here is our 160 gig Western Digital hard drive, and we actually do also have a Machida drive in here, but this is actually, hilariously, this is the super drive. That might be why it's a little bit better. This is not the combo drive model. This was more expensive than the Intel one I've got. If we scroll down to graphics, yep, we're on a Radeon 9200. This is the same graphics chipset as my first Windows laptop, actually. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started here. Try that again. Enter serial number. The serial number entered is invalid. Please note that serial numbers are case sensitive. Okay, we'll try that again. With it in all caps this time. PB66 CR1Y. Okay. Okay. You know what? Oh, that's right. Okay, that's right. So the installer that's on the disk only works on Jaguar and Panther. When you enter the serial number properly, it just crashes and you have... Okay. Alright. One moment. There is a solution to this. I kind of forgotten about it, though. So basically, the same website we were on a few minutes ago on the Intel Mac Mini has a... calls it a patch. I think it's actually an alternative installer for the Mac Play version of the game. Okay, I just need to drop that directly on a flash drive and transfer it over. Alright, so I appropriately have my Sam Flynn's Light Cycle. This is like official Disney merchandise. Came out around the time Tron Legacy did. It's a 4 gig flash drive. There was also a Kevin Flynn's Light Cycle one that was a little cooler. It was an 8 gig. It was more substantially built and it actually made noise. It's actually pretty neat. Yeah, that's the access light, actually. Pretty neat, actually. So yeah, let's go ahead and take this file, and we're just gonna lazily drag it over here to Disney Tron. Not the fastest flash drive in the world, but we don't need fast. This is a tiny file. I hope you hear that. This thing gets loud for no reason. It's just, like, obnoxiously loud all the time. I do not like using it anymore because of that, but... oh well. The battery doesn't work in this either, so... there we go. It's louder than the Mac Mini by a landslide. Okay, so now I gotta get this sucker plugged into the back of the Mac Mini. Here we are, okay doke. Alright, so we need... Tron 10.4 installed. We'll drag it in here to downloads. Alrighty, let's go ahead and eject this. Alright, so now let's head over to Tiger here. Downloads. Oh, there we go. That's what we need. Tron installer.app. Alright, let's do take 2. Oh, really, this is take 3 now, isn't it? There we go. Okay. Yeah, install to applications. Yep. Begin install. These discs may be a little problematic because I looked at the bottom and they were definitely at least a little bit rotted, so don't have the highest of hopes, but I think it will still work. It would certainly go a lot quicker if the drive would run at full speed, but I guess it probably can tell that it can't because the discs aren't in great shape. I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna probably watch some Draga 1, who I'm kind of imitating when I make these videos, while I wait for this to happen, because I'm kind of bored.
This guy has SSD wings. I thought I was cool.
He's got a Gateway FX series laptop. If you've been with me for a while, you know I had a Gateway M series. The M series actually looks very similar to this, but it doesn't have a full keyboard, and doesn't have that snazzy orange. It's also not a gaming laptop with a fancy Intel Centrino platform chipset and a dedicated graphics card. Oh my gosh, that kinda startled me. Oh boy. Alright, time for disc 2. Okie doke. Yes, I'm well aware I'm not half as funny as Draga 1. But I'm doing videos in much the same vein. Oh, we're done. We're done. Alright, well, I'll finish that video later. Congratulations! The installation was successfully completed. The product was installed in Applications. Exit. Exit. That was weird. Okay. And I'm going to assume that we have to have disk 1 installed or inserted, so I'll put that back in. Actually, why did I put that back? Let's find out if I can run it without the disk. Dora Lost City folder? I don't even know what the heck. Okay. Alright, here's Tron 2.0 .app. Let's see. Black screen. Is that a good or a bad sign? Oh, okay. Doesn't need the disk. Cool. I don't have it quite in frame. Why aren't you focusing now? Come on. There we go. Trans Gaming Technologies. Oh, that was instead of NVIDIA. Huh. Alright, display. Well, you know, performance is about the same so far, actually, I think. Oh, but ATI chipsets just cannot do the glow effect. You know what, I don't know why I hit high quality though, because we're still just gonna... We're still just gonna hit low on everything. Okay. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing we did on the other Mini. LAN, DRes, DM03. This is actually a pretty good port of this game, by the way. Actually, back in the day when I first got this, I played, roughly the first hour or two on the eMac. It was not a good experience on the eMac, I can tell you that much. This is, I think this is actually marginally worse than the Core 2 Duo Mac Mini. Like, this is to the point where I would almost consider it unplayable. But the good news is, kick that resolution back down to 1024 by 768. And we suddenly actually have really good performance. This is beyond playable. Let's hit high detail and see what happens. Now it's struggling. That's to be expected. Turn off that screen glow. Screen glow is it, dude. Literally high detail, no screen glow. And we are rocking and rolling. And that weird mouse problem doesn't happen under Mac OS. Dude. Yeah. Just runs solidly on the Mac Mini. So, and it kind of makes me wonder if this exact same Whoops. I wonder if these exact same graphic settings would help on the Intel Mac Mini as well. I honestly don't know. One thing I do know, though, is that all of the Mac Minis with NVIDIA graphics chipsets are going to be just fine. Yeah, so all things considered, man, admirable. And it's, you know, it's not even that toasty. I'm pretty sure the Intel one was running a lot hotter. So, not bad at all. Sweet. Alright, well, let's go ahead and hook up the Intel Mac Mini again real quick, and just see if we can get the same level of performance, if not just a little bit better. Alright, so we're back over here on the Intel Mac Mini. Let's go ahead and see what we can do about graphics performance here. I just noticed. I'm pretty sure the dedicated server option was not there on the Mac version. I think it may have to be a dedicated, like, actual program you launch. Oh, okay, now this actually is running pretty well at 1600 by 1200. But the monitor I'll be using with this machine is probably going to be 1024 by 768 anyway. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get it that way. Also, just noticed, I just realized the Mac version didn't dim the background when you open the pause menu, which is weird. Let's see. Okay, yeah, see, the Intel graphics chipset is able to do the glow effect just fine, actually. So, interesting little detail there. Yeah, so graphics performance in this thing is actually a little better than I initially anticipated. Whoa, whoa, that, oh, wow. You seeing those graphical artifacts there? That's not supposed to happen. Oh! It's gotta be the Intel drivers, but my gosh, that is pretty interesting to say the least. It's not really doing it with anything else, I would think? Oh, whoops. I die falling off the map a lot in this game. Don't judge me. I don't know, man. Very weird. I don't think I've seen that graphic glitch on any other machines before. Except maybe other machines that use Intel graphics. Yeah, this thing definitely runs hotter while Tron 2.0 is running than the G4 did. I can tell you that much. The G4 is just much more power efficient, though, to be fair. Maybe as a little bonus we can try to get Quake 3 running. So I've got Quake 3 Gold. It's right here. And this actually works, again, both on Intel. Excuse me, this will actually work on Windows and PowerPC based Macs, although this is a Mac OS 9 game because it's several years older than Tron 2.0. So I'm interested to see how 3D performance in the classic environment on the Mac Mini is. These discs are swapped. This case is supposed to have Quake 3 Arena, and it has Team Arena in it. Do I actually have Quake 3 Arena? Yeah, okay. Oh, I know why that happened. The art is backwards. The Team Arena art is dark, but the Quake 3 Arena disc is dark. The Quake 3 Arena art is like silver, and the disc is silver. That's funny, actually. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and try to install Quake 3 Arena, shall we? Quake 3 Arena. This game can't be that big, so. Please enter the CD key. CD. What? Oh! Wait a minute. Wait. Huh? Is that not the CD key? No, that has to be the CD key. Okay. DATGUL3. Oh, I thought it said invalid. It says the CD key you entered appears to be valid. Don't tell it to anyone. Don't lose it. Well, told it to people. That's okay. 530 megs. It's actually bigger than I thought it would be, but not terrible. I've never installed this game before, so this is the first in a couple of ways. I've never installed this game at all, and I've certainly never installed it on a Mac Mini. Put it that way. Place a shortcut on your desktop? Why, sure. I don't need to restart. I'm not running Windows 98. I'm not going to install Team Arena because I honestly don't know anything about it, so I don't really know how it's supposed to run. And that would take extra time, and I'm honestly trying to finish this and go to bed. But I wanted to see Quake 3 run. No thanks. Let me guess, we have like a Windows firewall prompt or something. We have no key combos is what we've got. Sure enough, that's stupid. Okay, anyway. Surely we can drive, whoops, we can drive this at 1600 by 1200. I don't see any reason why we couldn't. Okay, cool. So let's go single player. Oh yeah, you have to do the tutorial. I am unnamed player. You must call me by my name of unnamed player.
Welcome to Quake III Arena.
I mean, yeah, about what I expected. It runs fine. It's
Walk, crash, an item to pick it up.
it's an id Tech 3 game. What does it really say?
Reach the armor.
I mean,
Enter the portal to begin combat.
yeah, it's Quake III Arena.
Hunt a wrench to win this round. You have taken the lead.
How did I miss so many times? Oh my gosh.
2 frags left.
I'm a little rusty and I'm playing with a terrible wireless mouse, so...
1 frag left. Names in.
yeah. Oh, I'm unnamed playee. Excuse me.
Tier 1. Trainee. Ranger.
Okay, yeah, I get it. It works. Let's exit. Give me my disc back so I can try this on the G4. I'm not entirely sure if it's even going to work on the G4 since it has to run in macOS 9. Alright, I'm going to switch to the other computer. Alright, so obviously once again we're in Tiger instead of Leopard because I need the classic environment. So, let's go ahead and insert the disk here. Oh. Didn't sound exactly great. Alright, let's see here. Quake III Arena. README. Okay. Yeah, it's just about the end. Okay. Don't need that. Alright, Quake III Arena install. Let's have a look. Classic is starting. Start Classic. Let this load up. Classic is starting up using system folder on Tiger. It loads Classic pretty quickly on this machine, thankfully. Gathering information. Oh, I have the Platinum sounds enabled. Let's go and install it onto Tiger. Finder unexpectedly quit? That is not a normal. Oh. Oh. Oh, I think, yeah, Classic has locked up. Neat. Okay, so yeah, let's, okay. Let's start Classic back up. This just may not work in Classic. You may have to be booted into macOS 9 proper, which is unfortunate because the Mac Mini cannot do that. It's too new. So, you know what? Let's just do a manual install, since you can typically just do that. So we're gonna go Tiger Applications macOS 9. We're just gonna drag the Quake 3 folder in here, and that will hopefully do the trick. That installer is no bueno. Okay, well, while that's happening, I'm going to actually make my bed, since I'm in a bedroom anyway. Okay, so my bed has been made. And, oh yeah, so plans for future videos. We're going to try to run some era-appropriate games on the Mac Pro. We've got Crisis Warhead and the original Crisis. I'll run these under Windows 7. And honestly, I think it'll run pretty well, at least at lower resolutions. And Quake 4, which, to be completely honest with you, I've never even played or really seen played, so I'm pretty interested in looking at that, actually. So that one will go under Windows XP, because that's what that was designed for. And I mean, there's a few other things downstairs that I could probably do, but just haven't yet. And honestly, it's not going to be that exciting of a video. It's more just going to be like how good of an early 2000s gaming PC is the Mac Pro, the original 2006 Mac Pro, really. Because that's what I've been using it for lately. So. Oh, we're finished. Alrighty. Still not incredibly high hopes, but it's making an attempt. Oh, something's happening. Oh. Okay. This is already further than I would have expected to get. Alright, now we gotta enter our CD key. Sweet, okay, let's let's punch it up. Okie doke. That, I think that's just mouse lag. Possibly. I don't know why that would be happening, but huh. See how it runs. Oh. This is, that is mouse lag. I'm sure Classic is to blame for that. Yeah, because look, the game's frame rate's actually very good. Yeah, that's some Classic environment garbage going on there. I wonder if like, try restarting the game? No, no better. Let me... I was really hoping to find a raw mouse input option, but yeah, Classic environment is not fit for playing FPS games, let that be known. Now, when the game was running at a lower resolution, it didn't seem to be quite as big of a deal. I wonder why that is. Cause like I said, it's just mouse lag. I can still 100% tell it's not perfect, but it's certainly better. I did not pick up the... Whoa, whoa, hey. Hey. Yeah, I know it doesn't feel as good. That's for sure. Oh, I skipped the results screen by accident. Yeah, I mean, what is there to say? It's actually running at low resolutions, and we don't have the mouse input problem. Yeah, so it's perfectly feasible to run both of the games we tried today on both the Intel Macs through Boot Camp and natively on the Mac Mini, or in the case of Quake 3 in the classic environment, which I honestly shocked worked at all, much less as well as it did. So hey, we've learned something today. What do you know? And with that, I'm actually going to stick Quake 3 and Tron 2.0 on the dock, just for fun. So they'll just be there. And there you go, now they have a home there. Alrighty, and with that, let's eject our Quake 3 disk. And man, with that, I am going to bed. Thank you so much for watching. This was actually a pretty fun, small project. And I was glad to share the experience with my very low viewer count. See y'all in the next one.